What's happening, everyone, and welcome to Super 6. Today on the live stream, we got into a very heated debate regarding James Maddison. How good is he? Should he be going to the Euros with England? And crucially, is he a better player than Harvey Elliott? I think anybody with a footballing brain, a footballing IQ knows that the answer to this is wholeheartedly no. Harvey Elliott is 10 times head and shoulders above James Maddison. But the two people either side of me, my dear friends, have no football IQ.
You've gone very, very big, especially look, I think Maddison's one of the best creative players in the Premier League. I think his numbers have shown that over the last couple of years, even prior to him being at Spurs. I think his season's fallen off a cliff a little bit, but so has Spurs's, and I think his injury hasn't helped that. But we kind of because of the game and the situation we were in at the weekend, watching Liverpool against Spurs, kind of ended up being a comparison between the two, and I just don't think there really is. If you want to say maybe Harvey Elliott has a great future and could be this, could be that, okay, fair enough.
No, but
he's
there
not
is a
better
reason.
than
There is a
James
reason
Maddison.
why there's a comparison. The comparison is because when we're looking at the plane to Germany, it feels like there is obviously a finite amount of seats on that plane, and I think it's going to be possibly Harvey Elliott or James Maddison.
Harvey Elliott offers to England that James Maddison doesn't?
Everything that James Maddison offers, but better. With more end products. Like, we've just watched them play in a fixture. We've just watched Tottenham play Liverpool, James Maddison on one team, Harvey Elliott on the other team. Harvey Elliott scores in his man of the match. James Maddison's on the losing team.
You've also admitted, though, that you don't rate Ange Postecoglou, so you could argue that, if Maddison was playing for someone like Klopp, he'd probably be standing out much more as well.
No, I don't rate Ange Postecoglou, but I do rate Destiny Udogie. I can rate players at clubs where I don't rate the manager. I don't particularly rate Mauricio.
That's why you don't rate him.
I don't rate
saying.
Mauricio Pochettino, but I do rate Cole Palmer.
Yeah, and that's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying just because you don't rate the manager, you doesn't mean you have to rate the player. But my point there being you're comparing a player that's playing for Jurgen Klopp, someone that you quite openly say is one of the best managers in Europe, and rightly so. So could that not be a little bit to do with it in terms of the Harvey Elliott thing?
Yeah, of course.
Look, I think Harvey Elliott's done really well at Liverpool, especially this season. I just think it's crazy to overlook, and I think it's a little bit... I think it's just recency bias a little bit, with Harvey Elliott doing well at the moment and James Maddison maybe
But Harvey Elliott's not doing particularly well at the moment. It's not like Harvey Elliott and Liverpool are in excellent form. It hasn't been going Liverpool's way. It hasn't really been going Harvey Elliott's way in the way that it hasn't been going James Maddison's. I'm not basing this on anything recent. I'm basing it on the player that I think James Maddison is overall, a player that I think is fairly underwhelming, a player that contributed massively to Leicester City going down. Missed that penalty, didn't he, when they went down?
He missed the penalty, but then if you look at Leicester, the position that they held, and I know they eventually got relegated, but he was the one thing that was kind of holding that team together. When you looked at the chances he was creating and all those kind of things, his goal contribution and the chances he was creating was up there with some of the best players in Europe at that point. Yeah. And he was playing for a team that was dragged into relegation. I think he's a fantastic player. Booth, you've not said much?
No, at the moment, I think it's quite obvious Maddison is a better player right now. I think he'd be better in a tournament. I think he'd have better individual moments to influence England if we needed him. I think there's a debate maybe both of them don't go to the tournament because of how good Cole Palmer's been. You got to have Grealish and Foden. There's just not enough spaces for 10s like that. I think you could definitely argue Harvey Elliott, certainly at Liverpool, if Arne Slot comes in and has, the kind of few seasons that I think Liverpool fans expect and hope, he has a higher ceiling than James Maddison and could end up being a Premier League winner, a Champions League winner. At Spurs, it's really hard to do that. But right now, James Maddison's a better footballer.
Yeah, I don't see it like that at all. I really don't. Even in terms of right now, not looking to the future, not trying to bring any context into it.
If you needed to bring someone on, because you're probably the biggest England fan here, you Boovy. If you needed to bring someone on to change a game or try
the answer is never James Maddison. Ever.
The two options are James Maddison and Harvey Elliott.
But then it's Harvey Elliott. But I think Harvey Elliott is always the option. I think Harvey Elliott is a fantastic little player.
Do you think that's the option that Southgate's got as well, or is this just become a debate because of the game?
No, I think we made this a debate, really. I don't think it is, because I don't think that James Maddison's anywhere near the England team. I don't think he's anywhere near.
I don't think Harvey Elliott is as well.
No, probably not.
I don't think Elliott should go. I think Maddison could possibly. I don't think Maddison.
You have to play these guys as well.
You have to find a space. Because I think Grealish is better than him, Foden's better than him. But in terms of a creative outlet, having him on your bench, you could do a lot better than, I don't think many countries have someone that good on their bench.
No, we have an outrageously talented bench. Like, if you look at the players that aren't going to go anywhere near, like, Jared Bowen is one of the best players in the league and he won't go to the Euros. Like, you can be a very good player and not go to the Euros with England because we are so good. We are far and away the most deep country going to this tournament, and that's why we should win it, because we have players such as Ivan Toney, players such as Jared Bowen, players such as Jared Branthwaite, who will not get anywhere near this England team. That's how good we are. But James Maddison is also part of that. I just don't think he is that good. I think he's a very, very good Premier League player. I think he's a decent Premier League player. But I don't think he has that X factor. I don't think he's the kind of player that should be playing in the Champions League. I don't think he's going to end his career with much silverware. I think he'll have an excellent Premier League career, but ultimately I find him fairly underwhelming.
See, I think I like James Maddison. I think he's a fantastic player, and I think
would you like him at Manchester United?
Yeah. I wanted him a few years back. Now, this window probably wasn't.
That sounded very unenthusiastic. That sounded to me like
I think Bruno's
worried me. I was massively on your side.
It sounded to me like he wanted to say yes. That he wanted to say no, but because of the argument, I had to say yes.
Yeah, but then I was like, if you bring him in, he's replacing Bruno. I wouldn't replace Bruno.
What's the best team in the league that James Maddison starts for?
Based on the players they've got, or that he
just if you could
whose team could he break into?
Whose team could he
Liverpool are currently third, and he definitely starts ahead of Ryan Gravenberch.
He doesn't get in the Liverpool team.
He starts up ahead of Harvey Elliott.
He doesn't get in the Liverpool.
In my opinion.
Exactly, that's the point.
He doesn't get in the Liverpool team. Of course he doesn't.
What, look, Endo's a DM. Endo's a DM, so we can't say Endo.
Liverpool totally demolished.
Liverpool played two attacking midfielders.
Liverpool totally demolished their midfield in the summer, and they didn't buy James Maddison. When James Maddison went,
they bought Szoboszlai.
Madison
started.
When James Maddison, they bought
Gravenberch has not been the answer either.
No, fine. But James Maddison was available for 40 million quid, and Jurgen Klopp didn't want him. He didn't choose to buy him. They demolished their midfield, and they bought new midfielders in the same summer that James Maddison left Leicester.
We don't know the ins and outs about why that happened.
Yeah, but you're just saying he played for Liverpool, and I said, well, the Liverpool manager disagrees with you because they had the opportunity to buy him.
I'm just making an argument of who I see starting midfield. I think he's a better midfielder. I think he's better than Szoboszlai. I think he's better than Szoboszlai.
Okay, that's fine. You both may think that. I disagree with you, but you both think that's fine. But Jurgen Klopp doesn't. So you go in when he starts.
We don't know that.
Well, what we do know is
all of these opinions on the table. We can see. I can say this. You can say. We can all disagree. We don't know if Jurgen Klopp didn't fancy James Maddison. There might be financial logistical reasons.
Well, no, because James Maddison went for 40 million quid.
Because plus FSG have got weird ins and outs, and they sign young players and they try and make things cheaper a little bit.
I think you must concede that if Jurgen Klopp decided that James Maddison was the answer to their midfield woes, James Maddison would have gone to Liverpool.
Can I just push back a bit here, though, Ro? Don't you think you're being a bit harsh?
Jurgen Klopp was desperate to get hold of Maddison, and he chose Tottenham, and they ended up with
The argument is also valid, saying that Jurgen Klopp might not think that he fits philosophically with what he wants at Liverpool.
So he doesn't get in the Liverpool team, philosophically.
Yeah, but Arne Slot comes in and he's a different manager, and it's still the same set of players. I think he'd start for Liverpool side. If I was the manager, he'd start ahead of Ryan Gravenberch.
I just said the question I asked was the best team in the league that he starts for today, and you went Liverpool, and I've kind of proved that isn't the case, and you've gone. I don't think he starts for Slot.
No. I think he's better than the midfielders that are currently starting for Liverpool. For Ryan Gravenberch is an example for sure, and Szoboszlai doesn't even start.
I don't think he starts for City. I don't think he starts for
Arsenal.
Jurgen Klopp for £40 million had the opportunity to buy him and didn't. And you've said it's something to do with FSG, and then you've made it.
But that's like me going. Is that not like me going? Jurgen Klopp could have bought Cole Palmer. He didn't.
Yeah,
must think he's shit.
How many players is there that he could have?
It's like just kind of.
No, not really, because Liverpool clearly needed. They demolished an entire midfield in 18 months, so they needed to rebuild their midfield. They panicked a bit. They didn't get Caicedo. They didn't get Lavia. They went and got Endo. They went and got Szoboszlai. They went and got McAllister. James Maddison left Leicester
Maddison's more of a
for 40 million quid. Yeah, and they decided they didn't. So you're telling me he gets in their team, and I'm saying, well, if their manager thought he'd get in their team, they had the perfect opportunity to buy him.
I think he's better than Szoboszlai. I think he's better than Harvey Elliott. I think he'd start for Liverpool.
I don't think he gets in the Liverpool team, and I think I've proven it doesn't.
I think he starts for
Newcastle,
Man United based on form.
So you think he gets in the Newcastle team? I don't disagree. So about mid-table.
No,
we're just looking down the table. I've started Liverpool.
I'm going outside.
He's not disproving Liverpool.
Outside of Liverpool, outside of City.
You're saying he starts for Liverpool, and I'm going, well,
you use this kind of theoretical thing that you
start talking about philosophy, and then you brought up Arne Slot.
Yeah, because I'm saying Liverpool are a football club that sign players. One minute it's going to be Klopp, next minute it's Arne Slot. Arne Slot might have fancied him. We don't know. At the moment, Jurgen Klopp went to sign Szoboszlai.
We don't know. We don't know who the manager after Slot might fancy either. But judging it on what we have, judging it on what we can. Well, we can.
Why didn't Sir Alex Ferguson sign David Silva? Do you know what I mean?
Because at the time, he didn't think he needed him. That's why. At the time when Liverpool didn't have a midfield.
If I'm the Liverpool manager, I think Maddison starts for me in this Liverpool midfield ahead of Ryan Gravenberch. That's all we can say.
The Liverpool manager doesn't think that.
But
He's never played for Liverpool.
better than
No,
James
exactly.
Maddison's never had a contract at Liverpool.
When he was available, the manager of Liverpool didn't sign him and went and signed all the players that you're saying he would play ahead of.
But a failed theoretical transfer doesn't prove your argument on football.
No,
level,
neither
does
does
it?
talking about Arnie Slot and philosophy.
Okay, let's bring it back to England here. Do we think either of them go? Is it either, do both of them miss out, both of them go? Is it impossible? Does Maddison go?
Madison doesn't.
Southgate even like Maddison?
Madison doesn't go. No matter
Take
what.
your opinion
Maddison
out of
doesn't.
it. Do you think Maddison goes?
No, nowhere near.
Do you think, take your opinion out of it, do you think Maddison goes?
If Palmer hadn't done what he's done at Chelsea, I think he would have gone in. Just about gone in. But you can't have Palmer and Maddison. Because there's a world Palmer doesn't start, and that's crazy.
No, Palmer won't start.
That's crazy.
I
Same with Jarrod
don't think
Bowen.
Palmer starts, and I think he's in the squad. I think Maddison could squeak in, though.
26 is a lot of people.
It's a steep area, isn't it? But that's the debate. What do you guys think? Harvey Elliott or Maddison? And who would you rather have in the England team if you're an England fan watching? Or if you're just not an England fan, then which one would you rather sign for your club? Remember, we're sponsored by Super 6. We absolutely love Super 6. And at the end of the season, we got a big old game. The Super 6 finals going down, the club against Pitchside. And right now, Adam Rushbrook and Benjamin Sherlock are currently tied for first to play for us in our league. Can you believe that?
How exciting. They're both on 501 points. Good luck to both of you. Adam, Benjamin, all to play for the last few weeks of Super 6. Thank you so much for being in our league. Good luck.